Gosh, I'm becoming my father. An old confused man. Not good. Hello all my exciting Keiths, my name is Patrick and welcome to Fun with First Names, where each week we look into the meaning, origin and some extra fun facts behind one specific first name. And this week we are looking to the first name of Abigail. Though before we do that, I just want to say a huge thank you as we finally reached our goal of 1,000 followers on Instagram. Thank you everyone who did go follow me on there. Still, obviously, please do go follow me on there. It's really great fun. I get to share some really fun stuff on there. And as I promised, I shared a really exciting announcement on there, which you can go check for yourself. And of course, I want to share a huge thank you to everyone who decided to support Name Explain on Patreon in the most recent week. Patreon really is the best way to go support Name Explain. Just costs $1 a month, gets you loads of extra goodies, ad-free videos, a chance to say what names get explained, bonus content like podcasts and blog posts. There's so much on there. Go check it out. There'll be a link down below. And the people who became Patreon this week include Tom Barrap, Megan Peterson, Juana Rodriguez Ferreira, Esteban Soto Ala, Joseph Habib, and Jason Nolan. Thank all you guys so much. Really, apologies if I missed anyone else, and thank you for supporting on there. Anyway, on with today's name of Abigail. And something I like about the name Abigail is it's one of those names that can be split both ways. It can become just Abby, or it can become just Gail. That's really cool. I always love where a name can become a nickname with the latter part of it. Like my name, Patrick, can become just Rick. Abigail is a name of Hebrew origins, where in Hebrew it is Abigail. What's interesting about the name Abigail is that despite it being traditionally a girl's name, if you're called Abigail, you're actually kind of named after your dad. Like, if you're called Abigail and your dad's name sounds nothing like Abigail, you're still kind of named after him. This is because the name Abigail in Hebrew means my father is joyful. So not only are you named after your father, you're actually named after his state of being as well, which is quite unique, that's for sure. The name comes from the Hebrew Ab, meaning father, and the Hebrew Goyal, meaning joy. Why would someone be named after the fact that their father is joyful? Well, in all honesty, I'm not too sure, but it's really nice to know that your father is joyful. Maybe he's joyful because of you, because of your birth, because you're his daughter. In fact, some actually think the name doesn't mean my father is joyful, and they believe it actually means my father's joy. This makes a ton more sense. You are your father's joy. Your father's joy is you. It just makes more sense in my eyes, definitely. The my father is joyful idea seems to be more prominent, but I kind of prefer this idea. It's just nice being called your father's joy, in my eyes anyway. Like in a lot of cases, this name became popular thanks to the Bible, that big book of names. Well, it's a big book of names in our case anyway. I think there's a tad more to the Bible than just popular baby names. Abigail is the name of one of David's wives, and throughout the Bible, she refers to herself as David's handmaid. And it's from here that the name took on a brand new meaning. Apparently, in the early 19th century, female maids were referred to by the name Abigail, like even if that wasn't their name, they were just an Abigail. It was just the go-to term for maids, female maids specifically. Kind of like the help, I imagine, kind of like just the term, the help. Just, where are the Abigails? That's what people probably say, or you're an Abigail, just like that. Maids were called Abigails all because of the original Abigail in the Bible referring to herself as David's handmaid. That really set the scene for this name. However, it seems this wasn't a particularly endearing term, as the name Abigail actually really fell out of popularity in the early 20th century, because it was also a go-to term for maids. No one wanted their kids to have a name so heavily associated with maids, because being a maid wasn't the most highly regarded job, unfortunately, despite how stupidly important it is, like cleaners, maids, anything like that. Hugely important. Oh, my voice went a minute there, that was weird. It's a shame for multiple reasons, not only because this career path was so looked down upon, but because it took the name Abigail with it. But this really doesn't seem to be the case these days. Abigail has really bounced back. Abigail is the 11th most popular girl's name in the USA, so hugely popular right now. And it's the 83rd most popular girl's name here in the UK, so not as popular over here, but still pretty darn popular. What's interesting about the name Abigail is despite the fact that it's so popular right now, and it has been in more recent years, and it was popular way back in like the 19th, 20th, like early 20th century, because it wasn't that popular in the mid 20th century to sort of somewhat early 20th century as well, it means we don't have many like middle-aged famous Abigails right now. There are some, but there just weren't that many. I was trying to think of a famous de facto Abigail, and None were really coming to mind. So instead I found some famous old Abigails and some famous new Abigails. This includes Abigail Adams and Abigail Fillmore, who were the first ladies of John Adams and Millard Fillmore, former US presidents. They were president a long time ago. Like I said, this is when the name Abigail was still somewhat popular before it went down with the maids. And like I said, as the name Abigail is now really popular again, we've got a lot of famous young Abbies. Like I found an Abby Butcher, who's apparently a TikTok star. I don't know, but apparently she's a very popular Abby. I googled popular Abbies and most of them were TikTok or YouTubers, so there you go. Gosh, I'm becoming my father. No confused man, not good. And in our last lap around the alphabet, I found a famous wrestler with these names. We've done that now, so for this lap around, I'm going to find a famous video game character with these names in each episode. And for Abigail, I found Abigail Anderson, one of the main characters in The Last of Us Part 2. She was amazing in that game. That game in general is incredible anyway, and she was such an amazing addition. She was like the highlight of that game, for me anyway. Loved Abby in that game. What a good game, really. Go play it if you haven't already. It's amazing. But anyway, that's just about everything I wanted to share about the name Abigail. But what are your thoughts on this name? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Do you know anyone with the name Abigail? Are you called Abigail yourself? Let me know down in the comments below. And of course, I just want to share some of the thoughts you guys had on last week's name of Zelda. Constantine the Carafac said, "Hold up, Zelda is an actual name? I thought Nintendo made it up for their fantasy setting." No, it is very much a real, genuine name. Nintendo clearly claimed it so well that it just sounds so fancy. It was really good naming on Nintendo side. Jimmy A said, "I'm a Legend of Zelda fan too, but I think I would have got into it a lot earlier if it had a different name. For years I foolishly believed it wasn't my kind of game because of the perceived notion I had about the name Zelda being an old lady name. Never judge a book by its cover." No, once again, that's a great example about an image a name can shape for us. If you already knew about the name Zelda, before the princess, it was sort of considered an old lady name, and there's an example of that. And George Smith said, "You and James Rolfe are absolutely the least controversial people on the platform. Congratulations." Well, you know, I want to start being controversial. What's my most controversial opinion? Full fat Coke is better than full fat Pepsi, but Pepsi Max is better than Coke Zero. And I don't know anything about the diet versions. That's my controversial opinion. Next week we'll be looking to a name starting with the letter B, and what name that will be exactly will be chosen in a poll exclusively for my patrons to vote on, and these polls are such a blast. For this most recent episode, it was between the names of Abigail, Amber and Avril, and Abigail won by a landslide, but the name Amber is actually the name of my editor, the person editing these videos. Yeah, her name is Amber. I put that name in there as a thank you to her, and it came dead last, and she wasn't impressed, so go say sorry to Amber down in the comments if you didn't vote for her name. But if you do enjoy the channel, want to have a say in what names get explained and help support it, then please do consider donating on Patreon. It takes just $1 a month to help out in a huge way. That gets you loads of extra goodies. It gets you a chance to say what names get covered in these videos. It gets you exclusive podcasts, exclusive blog posts, so much good stuff. Just $1 a month makes all the change in the world for me. It just helps out massively. There'll be a link down below. Anyway, that's more than enough for myself. Goodbye and take care.